Hi guys, welcome back to the Nick and Joe Show. We're here for another week of fantastic baseball, mainly Cardinals news, but we'll be talking about Cardinals this past week, the past 10 games, maybe more All-Star game stuff, other MLB stuff. Joe.
Great to be back, Nick. Quick plugs real quick for everyone out there listening. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at PSO Sports 1, and you can also hit us up at Pointless Sports Opinions on YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud, and Apple Pods. Let's take it away, Nick. Where are we going?
First off, that was a really good little rundown of the plugs. I liked it.
I try my best every week. Every week I work hard for you.
Good, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
So we're going. Cardinals had a 4-6 road trip. Not great.
Those last two games, they were nice to steal. I feel like we took two games in Milwaukee at the end there. It was rough going in. Like we lost two in a row to Milwaukee, and I thought I was seeing some things. I was like, if we lose these next two games, I thought Matheny was going to be gone because we were on a rough stretch there. And those last two games,
heads were going to roll, definitely. I was thinking maybe start with John Mabry because over that road trip, they struck out on an average of like 10 or 12 times a game.
It was gross. The
19
strikeouts.
times against Cincinnati. Or not
no,
Cincinnati,
Philly.
Yeah.
That game was disgusting.
They lost some extras.
We struck out on the final out, and he missed the ball, and we kept the game going, and then.
Who singled in the tying run? Colton Wong. Good stuff, Colton Wong. I like to see you out there trying to hit the ball at least.
You know, he's trying to catch the ball as Marcelo Osuna.
Yeah, I saw that too. That was a rough game, rough to watch.
They were talking about on High Heat this morning that what's his Mad Dog Russo or whatever? He was just dogging. It was terrible.
It was
terrible attempt. He should have just played it on the bounce, and I don't think they would have scored. They would have scored one, but
tie the game.
They wouldn't have gone ahead.
I had a real problem with the intentional walk that Mike Matheny walked on the winning run.
I didn't mind it.
I'm not a huge fan of that just because you don't really. That's just not a thing in baseball. I mean, I guess nowadays it's a whole different game, but you don't put the winning run on base.
It's the goal. The rule is you don't put the winning run on base. But the guy on deck was also hitting like 170, I think.
Yeah, he struck out the next at bat.
Yeah,
I remember. But that was a rough game. That was a cool comeback, but rough game.
Yeah, we should have won that game. That was disappointing. I lost a little money on that one.
Tommy Pham hit a home run in that game. That's the last thing I saw him do any good. He's been bad, man.
He struck out.
Well, I got it right here.
Four straight. Yeah, go ahead, take it away.
What is it?
You got the exact.
4 straight at bats that ended him with striking out and looking. You can't do that. And then
he got tossed from a game.
He got tossed. He sat out yesterday with the flu, but six at bats in a row striking out. Over 14 with 8 Ks. And over his last 13 games, he's hitting right below 200 with 17 strikeouts. He's just not seeing it looks like.
Well, I mean, it's hard to see a ball when you got one eye, but
I think it's not the problem. He says he can see. Well, we harp on him every week, but the dude says he can see.
I think we're seeing a little bit of a wall to Tommy Pham. Last year we didn't see it. We just saw greatness from Tommy Pham. We saw him hitting 320, whatever he hit last season. He drove the ball out of the ballpark. He had speed, and I think we're seeing what happens when you're an everyday player. You hit slumps, and maybe he's not the 330 guy, but if he's a 265 guy with speed and hits a little power, plays good defense, can you take that from him?
I do think he's a really good player.
I think he's a good player too, and we're seeing a little bit of a downfall. It's fine. I mean, he's not going to be the 320 guy and 40 home runs, which he would have been on 35 home runs, but he would have been on pace if he played all last year.
You and I didn't expect him to come in setting the world on fire. I expected
if he's a 270 guy and he's hitting 15 to 20 home runs and stealing bags.
That's good.
That's fine. We're not paying him shit.
You're going to get paid, Tommy, if you keep it up.
He's going to get a decent contract.
I'd like to see that. Why not?
I mean, if Dexter Fowler can get paid, you can get paid.
Fowler won a World Series, man. He had a good game yesterday. Finally. Strings and hits together. I think
when you play every day, you're going to hit once.
You know what he did to get better at hitting? He went to the pitching coach, not the batting coach, pitching coach. He's like, "Hey, let me sit in on some pitchers throwing some.
He needs to see the
ball
or
some whatever. I can't even talk, Joe.
Some bright news is Yachty is on fire, which is great. After he came off the DL, I mean he's 12 for his last 42, which is a 286 average, which is good for him. He's got, was it 5 home runs and 9 RBIs?
Something like that.
I think at this pace, he's going to get into that All-Star game.
I think he deserves it.
I don't know if he deserves to start. I like JT Realmuto, but right now they got Posey.
He's not. Realmuto's getting no love.
Posey's getting love, and Posey's not having a good year.
But Posey's always going to get love.
It's
San Francisco.
He's not having a good season. He's got like 5 home runs. He's hitting 286, but I mean his offensive numbers are not
And I still don't think he catches every day. He still plays first base.
Yeah. I'd be ashamed if Yachty doesn't sneak in there, especially because the production at catcher right now is just not great.
Bad.
Real Muto should be for sure starting or at least in, and I think Yachty should get that second guy.
I do too. I agree, but I don't
Sound like a homer
roll.
pick, but it's just my opinion.
You guys, you would love Molina on your team. He's a legend. Just saying.
Also,
we are a bunch of homers. So.
Last week we sat here and dogged the man Greg Holland. We just pretty much just kept on digging his grave. And what do you do this week, Nick?
He had 3 innings, no runs. He had 1 hit. I'm pretty sure 5 or 6 strikeouts.
5.
That slider of his or whatever that is looks dirty, man.
If he's back, is the Cardinals bullpen like at
Fixed,
least
maybe?
not fixed, but like we got Higgs, Holland, and
Norris.
3 good guys in a bullpen is a lot better than just
1 guy.
2 or 1.
Yeah.
And maybe this could look brighter. Like this could be brighter if we start hitting. Turn it around a little bit.
If they start hitting though, they just the strikeouts that was awful. Jack Flaherty was almost 7 innings and a no hitter, and he lost the game. He pitched 6 2/3 innings of a no hitter.
Jack Flaherty's our best pitcher right now.
Rookie of the year, dude, right there.
I think that's a good call.
That was disappointing. He lost on 2, or the Cardinals lost on 2 solo shots to big boy Jesus Aguilar, who man can swing it.
So right now, with everything we know. How many Cardinals do you think get into the All-Star game? Because the All-Star game's 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
How many you got since? I want to know how many you think and who.
Miles Mikolas is one guy that I think.
I think he's gonna get snubbed because
So?
he's fallen a little bit. I think Walker was gonna get in, but now with the injury, he's hurt. He's not gonna make it.
He got shelled by the Cubbies too for 8 or 9 runs 2 weeks or a week ago.
I think Ozuna's gonna get in.
I think Ozuna's a good candidate.
Yachty, I think, is going to fall in there too. So there's 2. I think Jordan Hicks is going to get in too.
You think so?
Yeah.
Jordan Hicks, I could see it. I don't think.
So 3 guys. There's 3 guys.
I think 1 or 2 guys will make it.
I got 3. I'll take Hicks, Ozuna getting in because Molina. Give me those 3 guys. I think they're all stars. Hicks is on the borderline because the All-Star game is weird with relievers. They put a lot of starters.
The coaches pick them.
Yeah, so. But I think with a guy that throws 105, Hicks gets in. What
I
go ahead.
got more. Still a really bad defensive club. Jose Martinez, watching him play first base. I love how he hits. And I mean, I can't play first base, but when I look at it, it's really just rough.
He's another one of my borderline all-stars.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets in just because Freddie Freeman's killing it. And
Freddie
they got
Freeman's an MVP candidate.
Brandon Belt, who's playing really good right now. There's a few others that are just not on the top of my head. Cody Bellinger.
Carlos Martinez can't pitch. That's still a trend we're seeing.
I think he's still a little hurt, and I don't know why they keep on letting him go out there and walk batters and give up runs when clearly the guy's not right. But it's a Cardinal thing. If you say you're healthy, you get to play.
I don't think he's pitched past 5 innings since he's come back from the DL, and I've noticed Luke Weaver's not been able to go past 5 innings. He did have 5 2/3 yesterday, and he had 2 runs. That was good. He pitched a good game for once. That's nice to see.
Yeah, he rough first inning, but after that he seemed to get control of the ball. It's good to see him going. Well, let's cover some more All-Star stuff real quick, and then we'll hop into some BP. Go ahead. What do you got?
Okay, so I was just doing a rundown of every week they have put out the polls for the NL and AL All-Stars.
Kind of. It's more of a popularity contest
it
now.
Really is.
It really is, but.
They just released the NL ones today.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, I mean, they have Buster Posey at catcher, Freddie Freeman.
A joke.
Yeah, joke. Freddie Freeman at first, Ozzie Albies at second, Brandon Crawford at short, Arenado at third.
Ooh.
And your outfield's Matt Kemp, Nick Markakis, and Bryce Harper.
So I think I short on mine. I don't mind Crawford because he's just so good defensively.
And he's been having a really good offensive year.
Trevor Story has been really underrated this year.
I got him on here right here.
He's got like 18 home runs. Yeah. He's got a lot of RBIs. He's actually hitting for a decent average, which he normally doesn't do. I think he's hitting like 286.
Yeah.
In that range.
Maybe. Trey Turner also for the Nationals.
Second base, Scooter Gennett's kind of a snub right now.
Scooter Gennett and Javi Baez is having a good year, but all he does is hit home runs. And
I think Scooter Gennett's, he's hitting like 302. And
he's hitting like 330.
Is he really?
Yeah,
no way. Was it that high?
320, 330.
I think I had it down here. Was it that? Wow.
That's really good.
I'm impressed.
You can look it up.
I'm good. We'll take your word for it.
First base, I don't know who else. I'm Brandon Belt, like you said.
Brandon Belt.
Freddie Freeman's
killing it.
The starter.
Yeah.
By far.
Not even close. Maybe Rizzo? Or no,
Rizzo,
That would be another popular. Outfields, would you have Odubel Herrera?
Lorenzo Cain, I think, should be on there. He's great for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's having a really good year. Christian Yelich also.
Harper's struggling right now, so I think that opens the door for a lot of... Because Odubel Herrera, I think, like, he's a guy you don't really hear of from Philly.
Yeah.
Philly's good, guys, if you didn't know. Philly's really good, and Odubel Herrera is a big reason. He's great defensively. He killed the Cardinals. I think he hit 4 home runs against us, 3 home runs.
3 in a row or something like that.
It's just gross.
He should be on there. Brandon Nimmo from the Mets.
Mets, yeah.
We don't even know who that guy is, guys. We just know he's I
have him on my fantasy team. I don't even know who he is.
Christian Yelich, already said him. Charlie Blackmon, just because old Chuck Nasty.
Chuck Nasty.
Good over there. And
yeah, the NL kind of sucks, to be totally honest.
Definitely kind of sucks.
If you compare the NL to the AL, it's a shit show. The AL is, if this game is like 20-5, I wouldn't be surprised, because the AL is just so disgusting of a good lineup. It's honestly, I would want to go to the game just to see how they lost Sanchez at catcher.
We'll go over the AL
yeah,
stars.
Go ahead.
Who is your third baseman that you really like from the NL?
Oh, Suarez, I think.
What's his first name?
Not even.
Come on,
nope.
just give me a try.
Miguel.
No, Eugenio, I'm pretty sure his name. Eugenio Suarez. He's killing it, man.
I'm going to go with Miguel.
But he's having a really good year. Joe loves him, actually.
He's actually one of my favorite players. I think he's top 3 most underrated players in the major leagues right now.
Him and Scooter Gennett on the same team.
He had a great season last year. He got paid this offseason.
Watch out for Cincinnati. 7 games in a row.
Yes. Whoa. Watch out.
But the AL...
They have no pitching.
They have none. The AL All-Star, was the 19th of June was when they released the last standings, so we should be getting tomorrow, probably.
I gotta look. Actually, I have it on my
Wilson Ramos, number 1.
Catching? That's who I got.
He's on the leading the votes. Gary Sanchez is number 2. He's not going to make it.
He just put on the DL.
So
Jose Abreu's first base. I didn't like that.
There's not a lot of first basemen that are great.
Who was I looking at?
Matt Olson for Oakland.
No.
Mitch Moreland for the Red Sox. Who else you got?
Hold on,
Gurriel for the
I'm freaking
Astros.
highlighted.
He's got it somewhere.
No, I don't.
Well, I'll keep on running down the list. Second base.
Yonder Alonso, maybe? Was it
Yonder Alonso for the Indians. I actually don't know how great of a year he's having.
I think it was him. I don't. Oh, we'll skip over it. Second base, who was there?
Altuve. He's leading the vote getters, and then Gleyber Torres, awesome. Caleb over there is nodding his head furiously.
Dude, all these people you naming are on my fantasy teams.
Oh, that's why you moved down in the standings this week, eh?
Did I?
Who moved ahead of you?
First place team, so.
Yeah, but I still.
going,
God,
keep going.
I was just dogging on you, bro.
Every shortstop in the top 5 of the AL voting can be an All-Star. We got Manny Machado, Carlos Correa,
the shortstops in the
Francisco Lindor, Didi Gregorius, Gene Segura, and then Andrelton Simmons isn't even on there, and he's having a great year.
Yeah,
all those guys, 6 of them can be.
They're better than any shortstop in the National League.
You might be right. Lindor's got an MVP season going on right now, and he's probably like 4th or 5th in the MVP race. Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, third base wasn't too deep.
Jose Ramirez there. I put on,
Moustakas.
old Mike Moustakas. Alex Bregman. We wanted to shout him out because he did the best thing ever and shaved his mustache mid-game. And I don't know if he got a hit after he shaved it off, but you got to do anything when you're struggling. Then the outfield, Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, and Aaron Judge. I mean, obviously those 3s are going to be on there.
All right, if we're going back to first baseman,
what do you got?
Edwin Encarnacion.
Okay, yeah, I don't think he's a DH though. I don't think how many games does he get in on the first base?
He's listed as first base. We'll throw him in there.
Fantasy is listed as first base.
First base.
The other outfielders I can.
Oh no!
Who do you got?
This is such a bad pick because his average is complete garbage, but he just mashes. Joey Gallo.
Oh, I know. He's
hitting 192, but he's got 19 home runs, 18 home runs, or some crazy stuff like that. But I think that'd be fun to see him. Put him in there.
The other outfielders I got.
He hits far home runs.
Benintendi from the Red Sox. He's having a really, really good year.
Yeah, underrated.
20-20 guy, maybe 30-30 guy. Michael Brantley from the Indians.
He gets that whole outfield.
Healthy again, finally.
Sorry. The whole Boston outfield you could probably put in the American League, and it would be better than the National League outfield if you took the whole Boston Red Sox.
You got a not as fat Matt Kemp out there. He can't play defense, but he can hit it.
Matt Kemp's belly is getting close to mine.
Dated Rihanna and almost won an MVP. That guy was living large 7 or 8 years ago.
We're hearing a no from the back. No, not that big.
No, not that big.
Mitch Haniger from the Mariners also having a really good year.
Yeah.
And then
everyone from Seattle seems like they're having a career year.
Eddie Rosario from the Twins.
Yeah.
Also having a really good year.
Steals bags, hits home runs.
Plays a really good outfield, I'm pretty sure. And then in the AL they have a DH, and JD Martinez is the number one, obviously, because I'm pretty sure he leads the AL in home runs. Giancarlo Stanton's the DH. He's having an okay year, but he's Giancarlo.
He's Giancarlo. He'll get in.
Nelson Cruz, he's having a really good year already. He's got like 20 home runs. And then Shin Chu Chu, you remember that? Remember that guy?
5 years ago, I think he was relevant.
He's really, really good this year. He's finally back from it.
He's been solid, as Don Jeffers would say. That's solid. The All-Star game should be a fun game to watch if you guys like blowouts. And I think the American League's going to, unless it comes down to just like a pitching duel. I mean, we do have DeGrom and Scherzer. But
there's some good pitchers.
I think the offense of the American League is just so much better.
The old adage, good pitching beats good hitting every day. I don't know how true that is anymore.
I mean, Kluber's a good pitcher. They're gonna have good pitchers too.
You're right. I'm looking for any other notes on the Cardinals. I got a lot of stuff down.
They're mediocre. The thing that I was looking at was do you think the Cardinals are going to be a playoff team? Because the more I look at it, it's the harder it just gets.
I think if they trade for your boy Manny Machado, they'll make the second wild card.
Okay, so we want to give up prospects to get a really good player in hopes we'll make the second wild card.
You don't have room for prospects. You have so much.
Yikes.
People in your minor leagues, you have so much depth.
Right now in the wild card, we're behind Chicago, Philly, LA, and Washington. Are we better than any of those teams right now?
I think Philly.
No, wow.
I think Philly will fall off. I think the Braves
Philly's
will
pitching's
fall off
good.
Too.
They have three good pitchers on their team.
They have Arrieta.
They have Aaron Nola.
Oh, yeah. They have two really, really good pitchers.
No, they have another one.
Velasquez is okay.
He's okay.
But he's very wild and sometimes
their lineups.
Pavetta.
Their lineup's
not that
good.
Great sometimes.
Dubal Herrera.
He's good.
Reese Hopkins.
He could be an all-star.
Carlos Santana. Cesar Hernandez.
He's really good. I just don't think they're gonna be able to keep it up all year.
I do. I think they're a good team.
And they're gonna be behind the Nationals.
They could make a trade for Manny. They have the prospects, and Franco's a decent third baseman.
They're the third best team in that division. So
that's just saying how good the division is. That Washington and Atlanta.
And I think Atlanta will fall.
If Atlanta falls, that wouldn't surprise me. But then we're still got to be better than Arizona, LA, Chicago, Philly, or Milwaukee. You got to be better than.
They're not better than Milwaukee. They're not better than. They're looking at a second wild card spot, in my opinion.
We're looking at missing it by like 5 games.
If they miss it, I think Mr. Mike Matheny might be out of a job. And I do hate on Mike Matheny so much, but he seems like a good baseball guy, just not a good manager.
He should be coaching like a 3rd grade girls baseball team. Maybe. That would be maybe. All right, well, let's bring Caleb in here. We'll wrap it up with some BP here, and we'll get it on our way.
So here's this thing, dude. I don't even have to jump on camera anymore.
Dude, he's so good. He's like a little 4-year-old.
Caleb got a mic. It took him 3 weeks to get it going, and he's so excited about it right now.
Like a 4-year-old on Christmas morning.
Now I have another mic.
There you
go. We're back.
It was muted.
We're back. No.
I figured out how to put another mic on my podcast.
Take us away. What are we doing right now?
We're doing BP. Your segment.
Go ahead. Last week you had to explain it. You want to explain it again?
Rename
it's
this.
your segment.
Slugfest. I like it renaming it Slugfest.
Do I get like a mallet that I can hit you with?
Or we just put boxing gloves on.
You guys might get copyright.
04 Slugfest was better than 06 Slugfest. Don't at me.
You guys random questions.
Random questions, sir.
All right. Number 1. Where's Mike Trout on the all-time great list?
Right now?
Right now.
That's so tough because baseball, it's not like basketball where you got like pretty much LeBron and Jordan. Baseball, like, there's so many wide varieties. You can go with a guy that's complete. Like, Pete Rose is high on mine, but that guy didn't hit for any power whatsoever. He was just a guy that hit the baseball.
I think out of everyone in the MLB right now, when you add up their careers, Mike Trout will probably have the best. But that's if he doesn't get hurt.
I think if he... Yeah, baseball's weird. You can play 10 years and be the greatest player, but if you don't go 15 to 20...
Have you seen Albert Pujols? 10 years of the best all-time.
Best all-time, and where is he at now? I mean, he's hit 600, but I think when it's all said and done, he'll be top 3. But right now, he's phenomenal. What he's doing now, he's crazy.
Top 15 player of all time.
I think right now he's top 15.
No, not
I think at the end of his career, he'll be top 3.
Top 10,
Go look
15.
at the numbers, don't lie. No, he's top 15 right now.
No,
he's crazy.
No, not right now.
He's crazy good.
He's got 7 years in the league. No way.
I think you're phenomenal 7 years.
Yeah,
the best 7 years out of any player to ever step on a baseball field. And he's been the sad thing. He's been to the playoffs once.
I mean, they're bad. The Angels, not a great franchise.
But yeah, top 3 when it's all said and done. Top 15 right now for me.
top 15, 10 when it's all said and done. Right now, out of all the greats, man, that's hard to really categorize. Top 50 right now, out of 7 years, that's a hell of a career so far.
All
right, so do the Cardinals have a realistic roadmap to make the postseason?
Absolutely not. But
Like I said, second wild card. First wild card is probably the ceiling for the team.
our division's tough. Like,
They have to play well in the division to get to the playoffs.
you're not beating Chicago or Milwaukee for the slot, so you're looking at a wild card team. And there's really good wild card teams this year. It's just a realistically shot. I just don't see it. Unless we make a move for a bat.
Another bat, which is always what they need.
I mean, this was 3 days ago. I thought if we would have lost 2 more games to Milwaukee, I thought Mike Matheny's gone. It's hard to envision me thinking a team that's going to fire their head coach is a team that's going to make the playoffs this year. It just really is.
What are they, 39 and 36 or something like that?
40 and 36. We're 4 games above.
Right now, yeah, second wild card is their path.
1.5 back of the wild card, 4.5 to the division. It's not impossible, but I'm just saying
They got to pick up. They got to hit
We're
consistently.
not beating good teams.
They have to
We're
pitch consistently.
Right now, we're struggling.
Yeah.
Walker's hurt, too. That's another key piece. Who's our 5th pitcher right now?
John Gant. Dakota Hudson should get a shot, though. That kid's been good in the minors.
All right, number 3.
Ichiro was said he maybe will make a cameo in the home run derby. So, you got anybody you want to see in the home run derby?
Giancarlo, Aaron Judge again. If you guys didn't see the home run derby last year, it was a lot of fun. Those two going at it. I think Judge won last year, was it?
I think it was Aaron Judge.
I like to see Joey Gallo because that dude just mashes the ball. Like, that's all he does is just hit home runs and sleeps, hits home runs, strikes out, and that's what he does.
I think Mike Trout would be so much fun to watch in the home run derby because
Harper said he'd do it if he got in. I think he's going to get in. So.
I think Harper would be a lot of fun to watch too.
Man?
Well, no
Seals, man.
I want to see him. He said he can hit a home run whenever he wants and beat.
For some reason, watching a 160-pound guy hit a baseball out of the thing doesn't do. Joey Gallo is like
45 years old.
Yeah, Joey Gallo is like 6'5", 240, just sits up there with a wad of dip in his mouth, like cranking home runs. That's fun to me. Some skinny, scrawny guy coming up there, he's like brittle in his arms, hitting home runs. I'm like, yeah, dude, I want to see.
You tell me watching Chad Youngwalter hit some dingers ain't cool?
You can't hit dingers.
Chad, not Chase. Hell no, I can't.
I don't know. I want to. If Barry Bonds walked out on the baseball field, I want to see Barry Bonds and McGuire come out and just have like, dude, I think that would be awesome.
Old timers home run derby.
Like everyone walks off the field like it's over, and then McGuire just looks at Bonds. He's like, "You want to do this thing?" And they both walk out there and they just start smacking home runs. Like that would be all. Like I would stay for that. Like that would be worth the admissions.
Now we're jumping off of baseball. I want your top 3 video games of all time.
Video games?
Just on the spot.
Nick's a video game nerd more than I am. I am not a very big video game nerd, so I'll let you go first.
I'll go Super Mario Brothers 3, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. My last one, I don't know, man. That's a hard one. You can go get your 3. Just throw 3 out there. I'll think of my third.
My first and all time, my favorite.
Hold on, which ones did you just say?
Super Mario Brothers 3 for the Nintendo.
And Call of Duty in there?
Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. I dumped a month of my life to online play on that.
Here's my terrible list. Number 1, I got Modern Warfare 2. Number 2, I got Sly Cooper because that was my shit. And number 3, I got NHL hits for the GameCube back in the day.
Man.
No one. That's what I played, man.
No Mario Kart?
I'll throw some Mario Party for my third one. Now Mario Kart, dude.
Super
tired
Smash
of
Brothers,
50
you know.
games of
Hey.
Baby Park, all right?
I don't play a lot of games. I played all the sports games, but the NHL hits for the GameCube. That game was your
That's
player
a
caught on.
poor list from both of you.
No,
I thought I was a loser.
I don't play video games, dude. I just eat.
Last one.
Obviously.
Last one.
One word answer.
Who gets traded first, Manny Machado or Kawhi Leonard?
Machado.
I disagree because whoever's running the Baltimore organization is really, they're like 20 games out of a playoff spot right now.
They're bad.
I don't know what they're waiting for. They're waiting for maybe the market to heat up on him. If they don't trade him, which I think if they don't trade him, they're just completely idiots.
No, they're going to trade him.
Are they?
Yes.
This guy's, the guy who's Baltimore's GM is not. They didn't want to trade him before the season because they thought they had a shot, which was clear they didn't. They don't have a shot.
Chris Davis has ruined that team.
He's great.
Oh.
I think Kawhi gets traded before that than Machado. I wouldn't put money on it, but I'm just, the trade deadline for baseball is the July 30th.
Something like that. End of July.
When's basketball season start again?
Trade deadline for the NBA is in February. So
Well, I think if anything,
Can I get odds? I'll take Kawhi.
I just wanted a straight up answer.
I'll take Kawhi Leonard just for shits and giggles.
I'm taking
Alright.
China.
All right, boys.
We got
Final thoughts?
Ooh,
Yeah, you can bring us in there.
All right, final thoughts?
Joe, you're going first because I still haven't thought of anything.
Mine's kind of last minute too. It's that time of the year where we're getting real close to football season. If you guys don't know, football is my favorite sport to watch week in and week out. We're about 70 days from kickoff, and I just want to shout out my fantasy team. I am the greatest fantasy football player of all time, and I think my team deserves some credit. And I haven't drafted a team yet, but shout out to my fantasy team whenever it gets there, because I will win again and rightfully reclaim my trophy.
I will stick with Joe's final thought on fantasy
You're
football.
shouting out my fantasy team too?
No.
Thanks, Nick.
I'm shouting out Ray for giving me that second round pick for Devontae Freeman. So I got 3 picks in the top 24. So
Damn you,
I'll probably
Ray.
screw it up, but it's all right.
You can have as many picks as you want. I'm still winning this thing. Spread the word.
Word.
Word.